Alright, so what Happy was going for here is the fastest Hellion build possible, pretty much. It's the marineless reactor Hellion. It's very powerful, because the Hellions hit quite early, like, as you can see, the 5-minute mark. And I didn't place a spine at 440, so I had to retreat all my drones into the main. Now, if I used the drone scout, I would be able to maybe cause some sort of delay of this build, because if I had the drone scout here, I cut it in this game because I played Empire Happy so many times and I know pretty much what sort of builds that he's using, so I was thinking in this game that I was going to skip the drone scout, although it's a bit risky and it allows him to do builds like this one right here, unpunished. So maybe next time against Happy I'll probably include the drone scout just to prevent this build from going down, because it's so powerful and it forces me into such a bad position. If I just had the drone scout here, he would be forced to make a couple of marines, and that's 25 seconds. 25 seconds before the Hellions would be able to, you know, be produced. So I was making 4 links, they didn't really help all too much, they bought me some time. But as you can see here, here's the switch at 4:10. And if I had the drone scout here, I would have been able to cause at least some annoyance and some delay by walking in here and blocking off this zone. But I didn't, so the Hellions hit really early this game. And if you want to be completely safe against this, you need to go for some sort of spine crawler at like maybe a little bit sooner than 440. We'll see how long it takes for these Hellions to get to my base. So if I started the spine at 440, it would be complete at 5:30, I guess. That wouldn't be too bad, but I think if you want to be completely safe against the Hellion rush, then you should probably be planting a spine at like the 4:30 mark. The positioning here is quite clever, because usually I just plant a roach warren here, position a queen here, and the spine crawler right here. In case he overcommits, he will have to go around this spine queen wall, and he will have to go all the way around and try and roast my mineral line right here. And then this spine is really neatly positioned because it blocks. You can position a queen here or here, and it's just general good defense. But what caught me off guard in this game was the Medivac follow-up that Happy was doing. So I think, you know, here's the blind roach warren. You know, you should always have a roach warren in CVT nowadays. But this creep tumor should have been more active, and this game is a typical example of how important it is to creep your own main. The creep should have been going in this direction a lot sooner. This creep tumor was actually idle for so long. When you are playing a game at this level against Happy, Happy's early game is insane. It's so strong, and if you slack on things like this, you will eventually be punished really hard for it. So as you can see, typical Happy style, 8 Hellions ready to be as annoying as possible, and this hits at the 7-minute mark. So you could say, as soon as my roach warren is complete, I should have been making a couple of roaches just to hold this off. In this game I didn't. I was being greedy, making too many drones, and that backfired a little bit when he was doing the drop right here. This should have killed me. Like, this shouldn't happen. If I only made these roaches as soon as my roach warren was complete, I wouldn't have lost 11 workers, and his expansion was so late, I wouldn't really call it all in, because as you can see he's transitioning to triple CC. That's something Happy usually does. It's quite common just for all turrets, I guess. But yeah, I shouldn't have lost those 10-11 drones, and if I made a couple of roaches instead of those drones, sure, I would have 4 drones less, but I would be in such an amazing position. I know that Happy really likes his 1-1-1 type play. Marines, Hellions, Medivacs, Banshees. So, I don't know, I should have been more prepared for it. 2 spines here is fine. The roaches could have been in the main. A little bit better creep spread in main. That would have been a tremendous help. But yeah. Because at this moment in the game, things were a little bit more even than they should have been. I was playing this out so well in the beginning, but then I sort of lost it when he did the Hellion drop. Marine tank, siege expand, medevac drop to deny the 3rd base. Combat shield, stim timing. Baning Nest should have been up a little bit sooner. But apart from that, this was a really nice game from me. A lot better than usual. This 3rd base, I don't know. I need to have a few more counterattacks lying around as well. But yeah, the most important thing when you are dealing with harassment, when you are dealing with quality harassment, you need to have some sort of preemptive units. Like, even if you don't know if there's coming harassment or not, you need to have a couple of units to be able to fend it off, because if you make the units when, you know, when Hellions already are in your base, it's usually too late. Alright, I'll upload the replay for those interested.